Tov, good morning. Anachnu nimtzaim bebeit medrash Road 3, and today I'd like to dedicate the shir to my brother-in-law's yahrzeit, Yaakov Moshe ben Avraham. Last night we had 2 siyumim in my home. We had Baruch Hashem, a lot of the mishpacha. We had a siyum of Avi Avraham Kagan, whose son Peretz just got engaged to Avigail, and the wedding is January 20th, Mirza Hashem, in Zichron Yaakov, Mirza Hashem. So that's, Avi gave a siyum in the Durham, and Elisheva's son, Yisrael, who's also a grandson of Yaakov Moshe, was made a siyum in Tanis, and Baruch Hashem, it was a wonderful event. And I'd like to say a few words that Eitan, the Bechor, not the Bechor, but the Eitan, one of the 6,
Eitan
Hazrachi, he who's also known as Eitan Zalman Meir. I don't want to go into that, but he has 3 names. What he wrote last year, and I'm going to update it. It's the yahrzeit is, of course, today is Yud Gimel Cheshvan, and it's on November 4th, 2025. It's the 9th
Tafshin Pei Vav.
Tafshin Pei Vav. It's the 9th anniversary of his Petira. He was born on October 12th, the same birthday as my Rebbetzin and my daughter, 1935. Not quite that. And the first day of Sukkot.
Where was he born?
He grew up in Brooklyn. He was born in Brooklyn, studied in the Mir Yeshiva of Brooklyn under Rabbi Avraham Kalmanovich and Rabbi Abba Berman. He received smicha from Mir Yeshiva. Got a PhD in experimental psychology from NYU, and he married my dear sister in June 1965.
What did he do during his life?
Okay, we're going to talk about that. He had 6 children: Eitan, Dvorah, Elisheva, Avi, Itzi, and Sarah. He was a professor of educational psychology in Brooklyn College for over 30 years. He served as staff psychologist at St. Dominic's Family Services Home for around 20 years, where he created a huge Kiddush Hashem, as the staff had tremendous respect for him and his religious observance. He moved to Monsey, New York from 820 Ocean Parkway in Flatbush in 1974. And by the way, anybody knows anything about Kagan Realty, my dear sister was a realtor in Spring Valley, 2 Howard Drive, and she was one of the early ones who brought a lot of, without going to racism, they said they went from black to black, in other words, to Hasidish. That's what
They bought out the Schwarzes?
Something like that, I want to say. He made Aliyah to Shari Chesed in Yerushalayim.
Ich rede Yiddish.
Yeah.
Das ist nicht a derogatory statement.
Yeah, that's not black.
Kushi in Bivrit.
Yeah, that's right.
Schwarz is
Kushi is, according to Mefarshim, is beautiful. Black is beautiful.
Black is beautiful.
Well, we know that. Anyway, getting back to this.
Black is black. I won't go on from there.
Okay, we're way behind. Anyway, so we made Aliyah.
We do.
2007. He was a regular mispalel at the Grosh Shul at the 7:15 weekday minyan, Rabbanim minyan. He developed a strong relationship with Rav Rosenthal and other Rabbanim and mispalelim. He was soft-spoken, dignified, always with a sefer in his spare time, low tolerance for idle chatter or general bittelzman. He enjoyed tennis and swimming. By the way, his famous, when you were at a Seuda in his house, he would always say, Zingen oder Zogen. That was his thing.
I like that.
Zingen oder Zogen.
Oh, I like that statement.
Okay. Mr.
I'm going to tell that to my wife. She'll like it too.
Mastery of
Zigen or Zogen?
Zigen oder Zogen. Master of Chumash, Rashi, Abarbanel, Nachama Leibowitz, and Pirkei Avos. He maintained numerous chavrusas throughout the years and numerous Torah subjects. One of his chavrusas was What's Bothering Rashi? Danny Bonchek, if you're ever familiar with the Sefer, What's Bothering Rashi? He's very, he goes into Rashi's and says what's really going on. It's a very good Sefer to know about. Anyway, he authored Talmud worksheets on Perek HaMafkid in 1993. He was geared toward introductory level Gemara students and classrooms. He fiercely sought total clarity in Torah study and often used visual aids such as charts. Yehi Zichro Baruch. I want to add this, which I said last night, and maybe I'll post in a chat a picture of the siyum so people would see it who was there. That it says in this week's parsha, it says,
where does your sister live?
My sister right now lives in 17 Diskin. We moved to Shari Chesed because they lived on that block.
Oh, really?
So that's one of the reasons we moved to Shari Chesed. Anyway, so...
And when was he niftar?
9 years ago.
And how long have you been here?
How long
have you been here?
Oh, here, 8 years. We came right after he was niftar, and I made my siyum, my first year. I had been learning the Rishalmi, so I made a siyum in his...
So
the first
year
year
Shari Chesed because your sister was living there.
Yes, that was one of the reasons. There were many other reasons, but that was it. My sister was on the same block. Anyway, so in this week's parsha, 1818. If you have 1818 or tzitzis or 18 by 18.
That's the overture, isn't it?
It's 18, something like that. 1818, Perek Yudches, Pasuk Yudches. It says, "Ve'Avram hayo ligoy gadol, ve'nivruchu bo kol yayortzos." And Pasuk Yudches, why? Ki yedativ laman asher tzivua es banov es beiso achro. Mishmor derech Hashem lasot tzedakah mishpat. In other words, Kadosh Baruch Hu knew that Avram Avinu would be the one who would transfer Torah to the future generations, that he would be a legacy. Torah be a legacy. As Rashi said, when it talked about that Nivruchu V'cho Kol Goyei Oretz Zecher Tzadik Livracha. You know, that's really we should remember him. So therefore I said, last night we had a siyum of a son and a grandson, so we know we're heading in the right direction. Anyway, Yehi Zichro Baruch. And with that, I'll also continue. Yesterday we mentioned 2 of the 3 chalolim that were brought back. We didn't mention the third one, and the third one was, let's see, too many papers here. Okay, we mentioned Asaf Chamami, 40 from Kiryat Ono. We mentioned Omer Nushra, 22 from Plainview, New York, Long Island. And yet the third one, which we did not mention, was Oz Daniel, 19, from Kfar Saba, who was in a tank that was nifga from a mit'an that they put onto the tank, and they grabbed his body, and right now he was returned. Okay, so today is the yard site. Yud Gimel.
I just want to interject. You're talking about the generations and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. So last night I spoke to Mrs. Rosenblum. For those of you who don't remember, for many years we were zeicha at the Kaisel to have one of our mispalim, Anshel Rosenblum.
Oh, Anshel.
Anshel Rosenblum.
From Canada.
From Toronto. Originally from Montreal. And first he used to come a few times a year, and then they made Aliyah, and he was a regular and a very, very big part of our minyan.
Absolutely.
And he passed away, I think 4 years. It's going to be 4 years. 4 years, I think. So I spoke to his
widow,
his Almana, last night, see how she's doing, and she told me that Baruch Hashem, she was zeicha ready to have her 6th great-grandchild. Great.
Ooh.
The 6th one already.
Or Anakol is a great-grandson.
They have hundreds, I think probably close to 200 grandchildren and great-grandchildren.
Wow, believe me.
Now they have the 6 already great-grandchildren.
Tehei not Prur Uvu. This is it. Touch and pay.
He was very proud of that. I remember once I was at his house in Toronto, I used to stay there when I used to travel, and he told me that that they just had their 57th
great-grandchild or grandchild? Grandchild.
I think a grandchild.
Grandchild.
57th grandchild. This is probably 15 years ago.
Wow.
And he told me they were thinking about calling her Heinz.
Not like ketchup.
Because she was the 57th. You ever see a bottle of Heinz that has a 57 on it?
Oh, I never really noticed. Okay. Ketchup.
Well, I forgot to go there.
Okay. You want to drop me off here? I can.
No, I can take a ride.
Okay, so meanwhile we didn't do our Tehillim, so here let's get a little.
Can't
we
believe
have
I completely forgot to.
Lamed Vav. We were engrossed in our conversation. Lamed Vav.
מזמור ל"ו, המנצח לעבד אדוני לדוד. נאום פשע לרשע בקרב ליבי, אין פחד אלוהים לנגד עיניו. כי החליק אליו בעיניו, למצוא עוונו לשנוא.
דברי
פיו עוול ומרמה, חדל להשכיל להיטיב. עוול יחשוב על משכבו, יתייצב על דרך לא טוב, רע לא ימאס.
השם.
אדוני בהשמיים חסדך, אמונתך עד שחקים. צדקתך כהררי אל, משפטיך תהום רבה. אדם ובהמה תושיע אדוני.
מה
יקר חסדך אלוהים, ובני אדם בצל כנפיך יחסיון. ירוויון מדשן ביתך, ונחל עדניך תשכם. כי עמך מקור חיים, באורך יראה אור. משוך חסדך ליודעך, וצדקתך ישתלם. אל תבואני רגל גאווה, ויד רשעים אל תנידני. שם נפלו פועלי אבן, דוחו ולא יכלו קום.
אחינו בית ישראל, אחינו בית ישראל, הנשונים בצרה ובשביה, בין בים ובין ביבשה. המקום ירחם עליהם יוציאי מצרה, לרווחה ולפלא ומשיבוני גאולה אשרה, בגולה ובזמן קריב. נאמר אמן. שם נפלו פועלי אבן, דרך זו falling פועלי אבן die welche tun Unrecht, injustice, Unrecht, incorrect. Soll wissen sei Mapola. Dochu und dort werden verstoßen. They will be pushed. V'lo yachlu kum. That's what it says. Naflu dochu. V'lo yachlu kum und kennen sich nicht aufheben. Now, how's it going with the double doing parsha? You didn't do Sheni to Shlishi, did you?
I did halfway.
Halfway, and. Agaranga kumen naya verta. You're making me. Maybe I'll add. As it is, the shir so long, but maybe I'll have a sentence from Nidchei Yisrael in Yiddish. It's interesting how they have an entire Yiddish teich of Nidchei Yisrael. Not also English, by the way. Okay, mit den. Naya vort?
I think maybe there was one word that
Ein Wort.
That I put down. Did I? Yes. Because yesterday you said Leiden.
Right.
Right? And you said Leiden means sorry? What does Leiden mean?
As far as I remember.
So I said to you...
Yeah, sorry.
I said, doesn't it mean to invite?
To invite, right.
You said, no, it means sorry. So yesterday I had a sentence, Zifa zichit. What's for zichit?
To invite.
No, for zichert is to assure.
To assure, zicher. Okay. Zicher. Zicher means to. It's surely. Zicher is to.
Ihr Sohn, als sie wird einleiten sein Chover. Einleiten, that's the word. It means to invite. Einladen, not Leiden. Leiden was Yud, right?
Right.
This is Aleph. Ein Lamed Aleph Dalet Nun.
Lamed Aleph.
Anladen.
So is that true that it was at Aladdin's lamp?
Well, I don't know, but now the light bulb went on.
Orcha nera or, which happens to be in lumine duo videbimus lumen, which happens to be, I think, Colombia's motto.
Okay.
You know Yale's.
Is he related to Columbus?
Something like that. October 12th. And Lux Veritas, I think that's either Harvard or Yale. Urim V'Tumim. Lux Veritas. These are the mottos of the Ivy League that were once considered nice schools.
And now they're, instead of Ivy League, they're Poison Ivy.
Whoa, I love that.
I like, the best thing we said today was Zingin or Zogin.
Zingin or Zogin.
I like that.
And
we're going to use that now.
Very good. And when you come to family, Jack Kagan, Yaakov Moshe. Yaakov. And what he would say, you'd sit, be very serious. And he didn't want any wasted time. He said, Zingin or the Zogin. He'd look at you. I started singing. Other Zogin. And he'd look at me and I start singing with me. Okay, because his Divrei Torah, he would test you, and he didn't like Hasidic word. He said, "That's not shot, not shot." He made you sweat.
How old was he?
He was in his 80s, early 80s, but he was really a tzaddik. Anyway, thank you very much.
Chaim Tovim.
Chaim Tovim. It's great that we talk about Yaakov. He was really an inspiration and a guide, a mentor, in every sense of the word. Not only my shwager, and Baruch Hashem, my Shwester has a wonderful new shwager. Yehuda Leib is also Yibad Al Chaim, wonderful, but you cannot forget the many years that I had relating to we had such a wonderful relationship, and it was nice for everyone to get together. Maybe I'll post a picture, we'll see. Okay, so we want to talk about today's yahrzeit from the Gilion, Baruch Kasava, Ben Rab Hayam Rishonei Tenuah Chasidis, Chai Bezmano Shel Besht, on the time of the Baal Shem Tov and Niftar, B'Yud Gimel Mar Cheshvan Shezeh Hayom, Be'el Shramot Shmonim Ve'echad Al Kivro, B'Kasav Nivneh Ohel Shaya Kayam Ad Yilmei HaShoah Haya Talmida HaMuvak Shel Reb Menachem Mendel Mipremishlan. Reb Baruch Hayam Gdolei HaMekubalim, V'hu Mabia Tmiyah B'Hakdama L'Sifro Amud HaAvoda Al Anshi Doro Shehatznuim Shebahem Moshchim Et Yedehem Mililmod Chachmat HaEmes V'achrei Shemetaer Et Sivotem Hu Mesayem V'ata Tehila Lakel L'Dati Ein Shum Chash Klal Ba'olam Liot Someach Chas V'Sholem Takola Al Yedei Limud Chachmat Hazos V'gam Ein Shum Tanas Liot Nisug Achor Bavur Shekol HaChachma Hahi Tuvan Al Derech Gashmi V'Akol Derech Mashal Lishbar Ozen Ma Yuchol Lishmor. In other words, the Kabbalah, which they say when 40 years old and older, the truth of the matter is, you have to have a certain Havana. Rebar Kihen B'Kosav Kamagin Meishorim B'Mamas L'Taher Et Te'ir Me'Avira Hashabta'it Shabtai Tzvi Achiv Rab Yishmael Niftar ב-1817 Chatnau Rab Avraham Katz Haya Magin Meishorim B'Butoshin Banav Haya Rab Yosef שהחל בהוצאת כתבי אביו, רב אברהם נכדו, רב משה בן אברהם השלים את הוצאת הספר. חיבוריו הם מספרי היסוד של חסידס, ומהספרים הקדומים ביוסר המזכירים את אישי החסידס הראשונים, ומביא את דבריהם, כמו הבשט, המגד רב דב בר מבזריץ', רב מנחם מנדל מפרמישלן, רב מנחמן מקוסוב, רב לייב פסינטר, רב משה מקדוב, שהיה דודו, סבריו, יסוד האמונה ועמוד העבודה, כתובים בסגנון נוע, בצורה מושכת ובדרך של הסברה נוחה ומעניינת. עמוד העבודה הוא החלק השני של יסוד האמונה, וערוך בצורת ויכוח בין שואל ומשיב. בראשו הקדמה וביר מילים זורוס. הסכמה ספרו קיבל גם מחסידים וגם ממסנגדים. על פרשת השבוע מיסוד האמונה וירא, הנה לכאורה קשה, למה מיוחס ניסיון הקהיל לאברהם ולא ליצחק? זאת אומרת שאנחנו מזכירים את 10 ניסיונות, שאחד מהם זה הקהיל. ויש למה שני תירוצים. אחד, כי כל אב חומל על בנו ואוהב עושו יוסר ממה שאוהב את עצמו, מכל שכן שיש לו לעת זקנה, רק בן יחיד ודאי ניחא לי, יוסר מיסס עצמו ממיסס בנו, כדי שישור ממנו זרע לדורות. בייס, ועוד יש לומר שהקדוש ברוך הוא הזמין להכשיר רצונו של יצחק שיסכים בוודאי ולא ימחה, כי הוא בעצמו בחר להסכים אלא השם התערב בבחירה. נמצא, אין ליחס הניסיון ליצחק כפי שהיה מוכרח בדבר על פי גזירת הבורא, אבל באברהם היה בחירה גמירה. ואיך יאמר? הוא יסברך כך נוע את בנך. דילמה לא תסכים בבחירת יצחק לבחירת אברהם, ואם לא ישרצה יצחק לזה, שוב אין להאשים את אברהם אלא ודאי כמו שכתבתי. עד כאן היורצייט של רב אורך מקוסוב. היום זה גם כן היורצייט של צבי שרגא בן אברהם זאב גרוסברד. Everybody knows him as רב שרגא גרוסברד. נולד ב-1917 ונפטר ב-1993, נולד בליטא, למד בישיבות גרודנה, קמניץ, ו-1941 עלה לארץ ישראל ולמד בישיבת לומז' בפתח תקווה. היה ראש משיבה וניתן שיעור מישיבת בית יוסף בתל אביב, והקים ישיבה קטנה שם. אחר כך היה ראש ישיבה לפונוביץ' לצעירים. ב-1967 היה מנהל החינוך העצמאי במשך 25 שנה. הוא חיבר דעת שרגא. היום זה גם כן יורצייט של אהרון בן מנחם נחום פרידמן מבויין צ'רנוביץ' שנרצח ב-1942, נולד בבויין אוקראינה, נישא ב-1907 ביתו של האדמו"ר חיים הגר מאוטניה, נמלט לווינה והמשיך לצ'רנוביל. ב-1935 היה לאדמו"ר השלישי מבויין. הוא חיבר תולדות אהרון. עד כאן היורצייטים של היום. אז אנחנו ממשיכים בנדחי ישראל. אנחנו בפרק י"ד. ויקרא כ"ו פסוק ח' הובא ברש"י בפרשת חוקוסי דאין דומה מרובים. אנחנו לומדים למה זה חשוב ללמוד בחבורה, כמו שיש לנו חבורה כאן. אנחנו לומדים ביחד בקבוצה שלנו, נדחי ישראל. דאין דומה מרובים עושה את המצווה למועטים, עושה מהמצווה. כן, בוודאי יותר טוב נכון שיעשה מצווה בקיבוץ, על ידי זה כוח וזכות המצווה גדול הרבה יותר. בואו ראה כמה חביב המצווה זו בעיני הקדוש ברוך הוא, שעל ידי זה נושא פנים לישראל, כדי יישא בתנת בני אליהו, פרק כ"ג. תשובה את הקדוש ברוך הוא למידת הדין, ששואל לפניו למה הוא נושא פנים לישראל, והלא כסיב, הקל, הגדול, הגיבור והנורא אשר לא יישא פנים. והשיב הקדוש ברוך הוא, איך לא יישא פנים לישראל? לא עוד, אלא שמלמדים את התורה ויושבים אגודות ועוסקים בתורה. רוצה לומר, לפי שעוסקים באגודות, שזהו יוסר מן החיוב של מצוות עשה גופו, כדי להרבות כבוד שמיים, גם אני לא אלך עמהם במידת הדין. משמע עוד בתנת בני אליהו, זוטה, פרק י"ד. Good morning. אחד כל המצוקות והתלאות שישראל יסבלו בסוף גולה, all the troubles and travails that Klal Yisrael will experience right before the final geula. Lo yiskali gol el b'schus shalom dim Torah. The only way, method that we will be redeemed is by studying the Torah b'chabura, not only by yourself but with others. She'ein Yisrael negolim lo mitoch chatzar v'lo mitoch shibud. Yisrael will not be redeemed, not in tsaris and not through servitude, lo mitoch tiltul, not through migrations, lo mitoch hatiruf, v'lo mitoch hadochak, not through distractions or distress, lo mitoch she'ein lahem mazonos, not because of lack of food, el mitoch asara b'nei adam. We will be redeemed when you have 10 men, she'em yoshvim zeh etzel zeh, and that we study one next to the other, v'yeh kol echad mehem koreh v'shoneh im chavero. Everyone will learn with his friend, v'kolam nishma, and their voices shall be heard, shenemar ayin shon. V'achar kol advarim aniskovim me'ela shenimtzeu b'malas limud b'chabura. Once we understand how important it is to learn in a group, roi l'chol adam hitzameh ispuzeh. Everyone should make a special effort to learn, zares la'acherim, and encourage others. Gamkein shelo yifroshu min hachibur. It's just like al tifrosh min hatzibur, al tifrosh min hachabura. V'yeh Hashem shemayim misahev ayado. People will love you as a result. The name of them, they will love HaKadosh Baruch Hu. V'az ashrei lo b'zeh u'b'vo. Not only will be good for you in this world, but in the future and world to come. This is we're talking about someone who has the ability to learn with himself. He should still learn with others. To make every effort possible to learn with barabim. Then surely we're talking about a fortiori, those who cannot learn by themselves. They should lisko rav kol echad b'fnei asman, should hire someone, knei lecha chaver, should hire someone to a rav, knei lecha rav, asay lecha rav, so that you should be able to learn with them. Gamkein ein b'yacholtem, and if he doesn't have the ability to do that, kama chayav hagadol alehem. And there's a massive footnote which we will continue in tomorrow. Hagad, but it says it's a tremendous obligation. L'ischaber yeser lasos lahem chabur l'skor lahem rav. In other words, if a person doesn't have the wherewithal, he should make every effort to get together, even hire a rav. Sheyor lahem derech Hashem, so he should teach you the halacha, so yesh yelchabo, how to conduct yourself. A masay sheyasim mekaimim ma Hatana ba'avos aseh l'chorav. As I said before, Perek Aleph Mishnah Vav, and that we will continue tomorrow with our learning on how important it is to learn b'chabura. I wish everyone Yom Tov l'kulam.